Hey friends, how are you? Hope you're well. Welcome to the next episode of A Book and a Bake. I hope you're going to enjoy this episode. Yeah, so let's. I'm trying not to give too much away of what I'm going to bake, but I think you're probably, if you've seen my Instagram, you'll know. But yeah, the book. This is the first book I've read by this author, and it definitely won't be my last. So the book I want to talk to you about is Christmas at the Marshmallow Cafe by C.P. Ward. Now, what I didn't know until I went and did a little bit of searching, C.P. Ward is a man. Yes, it was like I was like, oh right, okay, cool. He has written. It seems to be all Christmas books. The ones that I've found so far that he's written are I'm glad I found you this Christmas. We'll have a wonderful Cornish Christmas. Come home to me this Christmas and Christmas at the Marshmallow Cafe. I know there are another two after this, but I can't remember what they're called. So I don't know whether I think they're all just related via Christmas as the theme. I think they're all kind of, shall we say, standalones. Anyway, let's talk about this book. We meet Bonnie, who is in her 50s, and she's actually 52 and thinks that that's her life over, end of, blah, there's nothing else to look forward to. She works at the local grocery store, and the guy that runs it is a real grouch, and she's not really happy there. She's bored, I think, if we're totally honest, but doesn't see a way out, doesn't see the point in having a way out. She's 52, she's over the hill, that's it. And she is divorced, her husband is living with a younger woman, and her two kids blame her for the marriage breakup, which is not true. It was actually we find out it was actually her husband. But that is kind of, you all get that in the first bit. But one day she gets this letter from a solicitor to discover that she has inherited a 100-year-old lease on the Marshmallow Cafe from her uncle in a Christmas themed park in the Lake District. And she's not really going to do much about it, but she sort of remembers bits and pieces that her father told her about, this village, this park. And her best friend Debbie, who's in her 30s, persuades her to basically take a sickie from work and go up and investigate, and Debbie goes with her. And we find out that the park is maybe not what she thought it was, but could there be potential there? There are people there, and they're really nice, and they're trying their best, but they've lost their spark, as it were. So, with Debbie's help, she decides to, open the Marshmallow Cafe. But then is told by the people, well, actually, your uncle made his marshmallows himself. And she's like, pardon? Yes, he made the marshmallows himself. And she's like, okay. And she finds that he has a flat above the cafe, but she also finds something else I'm not going to say, which was, I was like, oh yeah, I really like that, I want one of those. But she finds his recipes, and she then finds out where he had planted marshmallow plants within the grounds of the park. And while she's there, she also finds other things, and she's like, this place is missing the trick. And she extends her sickie because she really sees the potential, and she remembers things from, little bits and pieces are coming back from her childhood, and her father saying, the place is magical, etc. This was brilliant. I loved this book. Characters were great. the premise of this year-round Christmas theme park, excuse me, was brilliant. It really was. It was, you know, for something like that and to be in the Lake District, I thought it was fabulous. I liked Bonnie. It did annoy me at times that she's like, "Oh, I'm 52." It's like, yeah, you're not past it. Definitely not past it. You know, I'm older than that, and I know I don't think I'm past it. It's like, you know, there are lots of things I still want to do, and I still get an interest in life. I am not ready for my pipe and slippers, as the saying goes. So that slightly annoyed me. I liked Debbie as a friend. She was very much, come on, let's go get a bit of a go-getter and a bit of prodder when she needed to be. And she saw the beauty of it, and she saw the potential as well. And I think the fact that they galvanized the other members of who had a say in the park, as you know, as well. What was interesting was that the townspeople of the village that was closest to them were not 100%, but as time wore on and, you know, they started to come around, it was, you know, it was really, really nice. And his writing style was lovely. It's a soft writing style, but it engaged you and you wanted to know what happened to these characters. He portrayed the characters so well that you were wanting to know what happens and wanting to know, did things succeed. So yeah, the only thing I will say is that he's missed a trick. He could have put some recipes in the back. That would have topped it. It really would have done. But no, I definitely want to read more by him, and yeah, thoroughly enjoyed it. So if you're looking for a nice Christmassy read that is, although it's set in a Christmas theme park, there's Christmas there. It's not full out, but there is quite a bit of Christmas. But it's just, the park just sounds so endearing. It's somewhere that you think, oh, if that was available, I would go. I really would go and see it. So yeah, so that's it for the book part. So let's scoot across and let's enjoy the bake, shall we? Well, welcome to the bake part of this video. I have my trusty assistant with me, and we're going to make marshmallows.
We hope we're
going to make marshmallows. We have all our ingredients. I've never made marshmallows before. Mum?
Oh, I made them when wait till I think. I'm 80, so it must be over 60 years ago.
So, and it's like we've found a little one of these wee doodaddy daddies, and we're going to use it. Well, at least we're going to try and use it, aren't we?
Aren't we just?
Well, we will.
If not, we'll result in buying them.
Exactly, but we're going to try, but we will take you along in the process. So let me flip over. So we have our little tray. We have our tray doodad lined up. We've got all our ingredients over here. And I have my gelatin here, and it says 5 leaves of gelatin. A sachet is 4, so I'm gonna have to do 4 in a bit. But hey ho! But we're gonna get going and see what we're gonna do. But first of all, I'm gonna put the gelatin into water. So we've had a wee conny flab.
Hang on.
It's okay. Do you want me to pour that in?
Yeah.
So poured. That's one. Right. That is the equivalent of 5 leaves. So we're gonna. Sorry, 4 leaves. So we're gonna have to do a wee bit of the other packet, but I'll let Mum sort of work out how much she thinks she wants to put in. Yeah, I'm letting you be brave because I'm not.
Coward.
I know I am a coward in some ways. So just
see. Hang on.
Wait, she's getting a spoon. Hold on, I'll put you on pause. She's been very scientific, guys. She's splitting this into 4, so that we're gonna
We
try and
should
work
work
out.
roughly how much we need.
So yeah.
We need about that.
Okay. So how are you gonna
So-
work it? Just you.
Cover it over.
Right, so I'm just letting Mum. She's just sugaring it into the bowl.
That should do it.
Okay, so that's fine. So we then to this.
So better put, now that we know this, it's only got 3 in it.
So we then add 4 tablespoons of cold water to that. So I will do that in a minute. Do that now. So that's the gelatin, and now we've got to leave it to soak for 5 minutes. So I'll go and put the what do you call that thing on the pinger. So that's that set to go. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to use these egg white powders. And it says make up egg white powder according to packet instructions. So it says 2 sachets of that. So let's see what we have to do. Right, we have the egg powder. We'll put the kettle on for warm water. So we'll deal with that. So what I might start doing is then put the sugar and liquid glucose together, but not actually start heating it yet. So I'm trying to get all the bits constituted first, and then we'll start putting things together. Okay, I've now got the gelatin sitting on top of a bowl. This is completely solid. Hopefully it'll liquefy again. It'll melt. I now have the sugar and the liquid glucose in here, and we're about to put 4 tablespoons of warm water into the eggs powder. Okay, we've had to move on to the hand whisk. There wasn't enough volume in this for the normal whisk to do it, so I'm just going to do the egg whites by hand whisk, and then I'll put it. Luckily this is the machine bowl. I'll put the balloon whisk back on when we have to add the rest of the ingredients, but I'm doing it by hand at the moment, or not by hand, but you know what I mean. Okay, we're now going with the sugar and the glucose, and we're just basically melting this until it becomes liquid, and then we'll stick the candy thermometer in until it reaches 100 and, what do you call it? Until it gets 115, but I was slightly wrong in my measurements. I read tablespoon instead of teaspoon, but that's the egg white beaten until it's stiff. I'm just occasionally stirring the gelatin so that it stays liquefied. But we're doing this. It looked a heck of a lot of glucose when it was coming out. Seriously, guys, it was like I was squeezing that tube, going, am I one, am I going to have enough? But 2, is actually going, there seems an awful lot of it, but hey ho. But you don't want to see us stirring
A mess.
But we'll see when we get at the other side. Okay, this is beginning to liquefy. We need to say the sugar needs to be melted, so we just need to keep stirring until it becomes a cohesive liquid. Hey, I must have swallowed the dictionary. You didn't see the look I was just given by my mama. So right, we'll let you see what it looks liquidy, but you know what liquid looks like, but we'll do it anyway. Okay, right, it is way higher than it needs to be. We're gonna have to get this to drop.
Leave it.
But hopefully it will do. We still think the sugar hasn't totally dissolved, but we're just gonna have to go with it and just let it do what it needs to do. Hopefully cool down, and then we can get it going with the rest of it. Just as well we have Father here, because I was thinking, it's good to go. Fiona was reading I was reading Fahrenheit, not centigrade, folks. Duh. Yeah, Doofus McNeil
She should be clear, I think.
We thought it should be clear, but we'll wait and see. But we'll wait till we get it to 118 and just see what happens. Okay, we now start whipping this again. I'm just hoping the balloon whisk will work. Get that going. And then we're going to gently drizzle in this. Right. And just hope that this works. Nope. I'm going to put that up higher. And then Mum's just going to gently start drizzling that into there. You okay? Right, let me go. So if I can just show you, just gently drizzling that in. Just letting that whip up. I need to concentrate, so I'll show you what happens later on. Okay, we've got the gelatin in, we've got the vanilla in. We don't know it'll work, but we're just going to hope for the best and just give it another couple of minutes heating, and then we're going to put it into the pan. Okay, that's it now in the pan to cool and dry. So to leave it now for 3 to 4 hours. What I will say is, I'll leave Mum. We should have stuck with a hand whisk. That is just, that down there is dried sugar syrup. So goodness knows how sweet these are going to be. Probably not.
They're sweet.
Would I make them again? I don't know. I will reserve judgment until I've actually tried them.
We've got another recipe.
We've got another recipe that we can maybe try, but it's a faff. I'm going to give you that. It is a faff to make.
The other one's even worse.
And Mum said the other one's even worse, but it looks okay. Whether it will taste okay, but Mum's testing it. It does taste nice. Nice and lady, but we'll see what it's like when it's finished, and we'll take it from there. But I will come back to you after this is set for how long it's supposed to set for. So we're really having to soak the dishes to get the stuff off. I'm sure they're going to taste nice, but if I'm honest, can I see myself making them again? The answer is probably
there's no fun in that one.
No, there wasn't any fun. We thought this was going to be a fun activity. You know, we thought it would be fun to make. No, it's not. I'm glad I've tried it, and see, hopefully we will enjoy the marshmallows once we try them. But
if they ever become marshmallows.
Yeah, his mum said if they ever become marshmallows, maybe too soft, don't know. But we'll wait and see what they taste like. But at the moment, not particularly thinking I'm going to be making them again.
Well, we may use the other recipe.
Mum has a recipe from when she was at college.
It's a faff as well.
It's a faff as well.
At least it worked.
So we'll wait and see, but I'll come back to you with the taste test, but not the fun afternoon I hoped for.
To loosen the sides of it first.
Okay, friends, moment of truth. It seems to have set. So all I've done is I've put a little bit of corn flour. I just sifted it using that teeny totty sieve onto a granite block, and Mum is just loosening the marshmallow from the side of the parchment.
It's not that well set.
It's no right. Okay, do we leave it?
No.
No, we're not going to leave it. Oh, look at it. Ooh.
Right, flatten that
Right,
bit.
okay, hold on a minute. I need to help her. I'll be back in a minute. Okay, so that's the marshmallows out. Ooh. It looks fluffy. So we need to now cut it. I don't know whether I'm supposed to, hold on a minute. I need to read the...
You've got to sprinkle that all over it. And then leave it for a few hours and then cut it.
No, I don't. It says peel away the parchment, use a large bladed knife, cut into strips and then 25 chunks. Toss the pieces of marshmallow in the corn flour until lightly coated and serve. So we've got the scrapings here.
custard.
What do you think, Dad?
I'll decide when I have a real good chunk of it.
But it's like it's a bit like
Cold custard.
yeah. So I think what I might do is actually I think I might put a wee sprinkling of corn flour over that before we cut it. To make it easier. So I'm going to do that now.
For large.
Okay, so I put some corn flour on it. I have to say the feeling is very, very gelatinous, guys.
It's not a good recipe.
It doesn't seem to work that well. Hold on. Come over to this side and let you see Mum cutting. I don't know that, if I'm honest, would I put that on in my hot chocolate? I don't know.
I wouldn't do with corn flour in it.
No, which I think is very strange that they use corn flour. I mean, if we don't like them, there is a receptacle that they can go into, and it's called the bin.
No. Find a way of using them. Not quite sure how, but we'll find a way.
I don't know that this was the best. But we'll try them once Mum's cut them and let you know what we think. And then sort of take it from there. But at least we've tried. But you don't really need to see Mum cutting the rest of these, do you guys? No, we'll get to the tasting in a minute. Okay, yeah, Dad's gonna try first because he's the bravest of all of us.
Very light, very light.
Mum's got one as well.
Not heavily tasted.
No.
Okay.
They're okay, but maybe is it normally corn flour that's on?
I've never used corn flour. It's corn flour they said.
I
Right.
know.
Okay.
I would normally have used icing sugar.
Yes, I would have said that too.
Well, I think what we can do when these are cut, the sides will have to be coated. So I think what you do is you get icing sugar now, Fiona.
Okay. But all right.
They're quite pleasant, but
I'm not raving, guys.
No, you need a bit of different flavour.
I
don't think the flavour I've got is very strong.
No.
I think you need a stronger flavour.
The black cherry might have been better.
But anyway,
we've tried them.
Not a
We've made
disaster.
them. They're not a total disaster, but whether we would ever make them again, I don't know.
I don't know if I would use that recipe again.
No. So.
Well, I would, but if it would have to be set out first with everything measured out before I even start.
Yeah. Well, I tried to do that.
I know, but it was difficult because we couldn't read the sodden recipe.
So that's our take on making marshmallows, friends. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Let me know, down in the comments, have you ever actually tried to make marshmallows? I would love to know.
And if you didn't and it was really successful, give us a recipe.
Yeah, as Mum was saying, if you did and you were successful, please give us the recipe. I hope you'll go and read the book, because I did. I really enjoyed it, and I will be reading more of them. So I'm about to go and get some icing sugar now to dust these in icing sugar and put them in a box. But until my next video, friends, stay safe, happy reading. Bye. A PS to the marshmallows. I looked at them this morning. You know, we'd put them into that box last night. They just looked slimy and horrible today, and there was like liquid had come out of it, and I'm like, oh yuck! It just looked like a slimy sludge, and I'm like, no, chucking them out. So we don't know. We think it could be something to do with the sugar and glucose. We don't know. Will we make them again? Probably not. I think you're probably just as easy to buy them out the shops, if I'm honest. Whatever has said, if we do make them again, we'll use the recipe that she used when she was at college. So maybe we'll give them another go. But it just wasn't as fun as I hoped it would be. But that's the PS to the marshmallows. Bye.